Hey everybody, Amy here for Homebody. I'm here with another episode of What the Body Knows. This is our last and final episode for the year 2022. I have loved working on this series with you, going from the foot all the way up to the head and through the body. Each month a different episode. I hope you can check out all of them. Today we are focusing on the juncture between the head, the neck, and the shoulders, and it is the end of the year, it is holiday time, and there can be a lot of stressors. So I'm hoping this episode can be a reprieve for some of that extra tension you might be bringing on. All you'll need a wall space, or you can use a closed door, just something to add a little pressure. And something that you can bend forward onto. So it could be a couple of blocks. So if you have those, great. If not, a stool or a chair, something that as you bend forward into, you can place your hands on. And if you have some books instead of blocks, that's also another option to adjust the height. You'll see what we do then. So I hope you enjoy. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'd love to hear from you and let me know what you are interested in, what you have questions on as I plan for next year's movement series. Happy holidays, everybody, and Happy New Year.
We'll begin by placing the hands on either side of the rib cage and just getting a sense of the breath. This is a review from the episode on relieving the upper back, so go check that out if you want to get a better understanding of diaphragmatic breathing. For now, just allow your breath to move your ribs wide as you inhale right into your hands, and to narrow as you exhale. I'm just allowing my head to wiggle on my neck, making sure things are loose there. Now we're going to go into movement of the head on the neck. So start with the chicken head, shifting the head forward off the neck and then back. We do this a lot without even realizing it. So we're trying to get into this right now to be aware of how this comes into effect as we pull our head off of our neck when trying to move our head through space. Let's go through the other movements of the head around the neck, tipping to the right and the left. Keep your shoulders even and allow the sides of the neck to stretch away from the opposite shoulder. Each time, come through center. See if you can find the very center point of your head on top of your spine. This is the point of balance where the head just floats up there on the neck. Now rotating the head on top of the spine, right and left. Can you feel an evenness between the front of the head and the back? Both of them moving in opposition to one another around the axis of the spine. This time as you rotate over to the side, add the chicken neck, shifting front and back, noticing how you might do that in everyday movement. Does that feel familiar or forced? This is one of the many ways that we can pull our head off center and ask our neck and shoulders to work harder. Bring your hands to your head, one in front and one in back. And as you rotate the head on the spine, feel that front and backness so that you're very evenly rotating the head on the spine. You can feel how the back of the head balances the front. Do it one more time, feeling the front and the back evenly balanced. So that tendency to maybe pull the head forward or sometimes press it back is inhibited. So let that go. And we'll move to the head nod, tipping the head forward over the top of the spine and tilting it back. And again, we're trying not to move the neck as much. We're trying to find the joint between the head and the skull. And so how can we tilt head on spine without the chicken neck? You can try the chicken neck here as you tip the head forward, maybe noticing if it feels familiar or forced. And to the back as well, which to me does definitely feel forced. Do you notice a familiar desire to drop the head back and collapse the neck so that the throat is forced forward? I'm wondering if you can find that length in the neck, even inside the weight of the head falling back. Let the head nod go, and we're going to put all the pieces together. So nod your head forward, and then tip it to the right, nod it back behind you, and over to the left. And if that all feels comfortable, you can make that more of a smooth circle, seeing if you can imagine a spotlight shining out of the top of the head, so that as the head is tilting on the spine, it is not collapsing the neck, but the neck moves with the head in length. Notice what that does to the rest of your spine. Shoulders wide and relaxed, arms are heavy. Circle the other way now, maybe pausing in each of those spots once in order to feel that clarity. As you move through the circle though, it's a little easier to kind of lose some of these clear places. Seeing if you can keep that length in the neck and lightly move your head through space, finding each point along this journey. Feet are grounded, helping support you all the way up the chain to the neck and head. Let this be your last circle, and then bring your head up right on top of your spine. And this is when you'll grab your blocks or your chair, the props we're going to use to support us as we roll forward. So from a standing position, we're going to start with that tip of the head, the nod of the head, and let that transfer all the way through the spine. You can bend your knees at any point. And then once you get to your props, you can, if you have the blocks or books, you can stack them to the height that works for you to drop your head down and rest. We don't want the head to get compressed or the neck to get compressed. We want it to hang but be caught or held by the props. So adjusting here is important. If you have that chair bottom in front of you, maybe that's a good place for the top of the head to rest. As you spend time here, you might notice you can drop a little heavier, and that might mean additional management of the height of your blocks. And when you're ready to come up, you'll curl your tail and roll through the spine up to stand again. And let's try it one more time. Find the very top of the head tipping on the spine, and then you can roll through each of your vertebrae, letting your arms drop in front of you, bending the knees, and then adjusting the height of your props. Maybe it's a little different this time, second time around. You want to feel the fall of your head, the weight of your head, but without the fall being inhibited. Bring your hands to the sides of your jaw while you're down here and just lightly massage around the bones of the skull and the jaw, the chin, letting things hang and drop. You can let that go as you're ready. And roll through your spine all the way up, letting the head be the last to arrive at the top. So now let's bring in the arms. You're gonna bring your hands to cactus. Elbows are 90 degrees with the shoulders and forearms are pointing straight up to the sky. You're going to flex forward and extend back at the shoulder joint, folding the arms forward, coming parallel, and then back in space. And as you widen the elbows, you'll pull those shoulder blades together, and as you narrow, you'll open the shoulder blades, widening them apart. Coming back to cactus, make big shoulder circles at the joint, seeing if your head can balance on the neck as you move the shoulder joint. Nothing else changes. The ribs are not going to respond too much, so make your circle as big as it can in relationship to these still ribs and still head. And then lengthening your arms out, you can drop them down. Reach your arms forward in line with your shoulders. And we're gonna now move only the shoulder blades. So I'm gliding them together, which pulls my arm back in space. And then I'm reaching forward, which widens the shoulder blades. And this movement is really isolated at the shoulder blades. It doesn't move the neck, it doesn't move the chest. Going right into the next one, bend your right elbow, pulling it backward in space as you reach your left arm forward. So one shoulder blade is narrowing in the back, the other one is widening, and feel now how that rotates your ribs. We're not moving the head, we're keeping the head nice and quiet on the spine, noticing if you want to get into that chicken neck. So front fingers and back elbow are resisting each other like a bow and arrow. As a result of them, the ribs rotate oppositionally as well. Once you feel that pull between the arms, add the head and the neck. So now the arms initiate the rotation of the head, the neck, and the ribs. We're going to notice if that elbow pulls up into the neck and shoulder, or if you can widen the elbow out to the side instead and feel that resistance moving right across the chest from one shoulder to the next. Hopefully you're building some heat, so go ahead and shake out those arms and shoulders. We're now going to come to the wall I promised we would use. So you're going to walk yourself back, leaning your shoulders and hips back. Your feet can be a little bit in front of you. And then reach your arms up as high as they'll go. Even your shoulders can lift, lift, lift. And then drop the shoulders and reach the arms forward and down. Plant your fingertips into the wall and open the chest and feel the isometric contraction of the back of your arms, invigorating back against the wall. Press, 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 press. And then release that, reach your arms forward and up, do it again. Lift the shoulders, lift your waist, your ribs right off your pelvis. Drop your shoulders, reach the arms forward and down, plant those fingertips, pressing back, making sure your shoulders are not rising up into the ears, making sure your head isn't chicken necking, but is balanced on your spine. Releasing that, do that once more. Reach your arms forward and up, high in the shoulders, then drop those shoulders. Reach the arms forward into space and down. Press, press, press. Keep breathing. Remember our diaphragmatic breath from the very beginning. And then let that go. Shake it out. I hope you're feeling the back of your arms, back of your shoulders, a little more active. Take some shoulder circles now. And we're going to let the arms swing around the torso. I hope that you're feeling this balance of head, neck, shoulders, and the rest of your spine and how they all participate in taking away the tension, draining it out of your neck. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been such an honor. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram.